The Prophet said, why does any one of the people say, I have forgotten such and such verse of the Quran? He in fact caused by Allah to forget. Unbelievable. Muhammad is a fraud, he's a fool. At the same time, he always finds something to cover his bum. So he said, as an excuse for the garbage he come with, none of our revelation, supposedly Allah gave him this, none of our revelation do we abrogate or cause to be forgotten. So Muhammad here, he says, okay, Allah, he caused me to forget Quran, what I will do? We have a solution, don't worry. Okay, what is the solution? But we are going to make something better or similar. Here you notice the stupidity of this phrase. Because Allah saying he will make Quran better than the Quran of Allah. And Allah will cause you to forget the Quran, so he will give you something similar. Look, it's like saying this. I will make you forget the following sentence. Muhammad is a fool. And then Allah, he gave you something similar. Fool is Muhammad. So what the difference between them? So why you cause him to forget the first one, and now you are giving him something similar? And to make it more horrible, he said something better or similar. What kind of God he says such a statement about his own words? Because how God he write words better than his words? Like when he wrote the Quran first time, he was not concentrating. He was half asleep. He was tired. Maybe he have corona. What do you mean you are going to write Quran better than the Quran? So Muhammad here is trying to find an excuse. And the excuse is simply that, okay, you know, I do poo-poo. Okay, my poo-poo is all over. And don't worry, Allah will cover my poo-poo. And the funny, the Muslims, they say that the Quran is preserved. When Muhammad himself, he forgot the Quran. Let us see the hadith. Look at the stupidity. I want you to serve this verse here. This hadith. The Prophet said, why does any one of the people say, I have forgotten such and such verse of the Quran? He in fact caused by Allah to forget. Unbelievable. Muhammad saying, if any of you forget the Quran, don't say I forgot the Quran. Allah caused you to forget the Quran. Now question, why Allah will cause a believer to forget the Quran? Is that a game? Isn't this stupid? It's like saying Jesus make me forget his command. And so he gave me a command, and then he make me forget the command. What is that? Are we talking about a God? He is coming from a 6 years old school. So Allah is the one who caused the Muhammadan to forget the Quran. But the funny, Muhammad, he blamed the shaitan in different place. And this is one of the funny things about Muhammad. That Muhammad is a person who cannot stop being stupid. He cannot. Is it the shaitan who make you forget, or it is Allah who make you forget? Here it says it's Allah. In different place, it is the shaitan. Let me show you some example. The Quran full of verses saying that the one who forget things about Allah is shaitan. As an example, chapter 6 verse number 68. You know, the chapter 12 verse number 42. Chapter 18 verse number 63. Like here the story about how Moses, he forgot his wheel next to the rock. Who caused him to forget the wheel? Shaitan, brother, shaitan. You know, Muhammad, he have one of things funny about him. He blame anything either in shaitan or in the Jews. So at least now he is not saying the Jews. Because why? Because the guy he's talking about is a Jew. That would be funny if he blamed Moses that he forgot the whale because of a Jew, when Moses himself is a Jew. So who is the one who caused me to forget my wheel? It's not a fish, it's a whale. Shaitan, brother. Shaitan. Okay, who is the one who caused you to forget Quran? Allah, brother. Okay, hold on. Shaitan caused you to forget the silly stuff, and he will not make you forget the Quran. So how people commit sin? Because they remember the Quran very well. In fact, no. The Quran confirmed that shaitan make you do that. And that's why we say Muhammad is a fraud. He cannot repeat. He don't remember what he said yesterday. The evil one, this is false translation. It's not, doesn't say evil one. It says the shaitan has got better of them. So he has made them lose remembrance of Allah. Anything have to do with Allah. Isn't it the Quran is the first thing to do with Allah? So in one statement, it's the Quran, it is Allah who make you forget the Quran. In another statement, it is shaitan who make you forget the Quran. But you know, for us, actually, as a Christians, we are lucky that Muhammad is a fool.